Uh, I'm at a loss for words here. So, uh, uh, I don't I don't even know how to react to all of this. Welcome to the video, ladies and gents. Sinistrano1, your host. We have been waiting what feels like, well, I can tell you, it's been 8 years, 8 long years for one of my favorite franchises, for one of our favorite franchises. Obviously, if you're a fan of this channel, then more than likely you're a fan of Splinter Cell, or you're a fan of stealth in general. And it looks like Ubisoft has finally announced, after years and years of speculation, I mean, ever since it was announced that Michael Ironside came back for, Ghost Recon Wildlands DLC, it put a thought in everyone's mind. Oh my gosh, they're getting him ready. If he's back, they got to be having something in the works. And then every year at E3, since that time has passed, we've all been like, are they going to show it at the end of the Ubisoft press conference? And then they don't. We're all disappointed, and then we move on, and the next year we start to hear rumors, and the same thing happens year after year. But this year has been different. This year we have actually had some things that really shows that Ubisoft is actually in the process of developing a Splinter Cell game. Now, we didn't know exactly what that was going to entail, because there's always kinds of rumors out there. We already knew that they were making a VR game in the Splinter Cell universe. Now, I don't know too much about that yet, obviously, but that's still being worked in the process. But now we have full proof from Ubisoft themselves, this is on the Ubisoft website, that they are currently making a remake, not a remaster, a remake. And one of the interesting notes here is, I'll have this link in the description so you guys can read this, article down. I don't want to read the whole thing verbatim, but I'm going to give you like a few little things that I got from it. One of the biggest things is it's made from the developer that did the previous Splinter Cell game, which was Splinter Cell Blacklist, Ubisoft Toronto. So we already know that they've had the franchise in their hands, and Blacklist was a great game. I enjoyed Blacklist very, very much. It had great stealth. It had good action. It was a more fast-paced style than the original, but I still felt that it clicked with stealth players, and I really enjoyed it. So from what they have said now, there are some members that are Splinter Cell veterans that are going to be on the team to make this. And they decided to go with a remake as opposed to a remaster, because they wanted to give the game justice. Now, granted, I would also love a remaster of some of the Splinter Cell games, and I really do feel that they're old enough at this point to where you could remaster them and kind of update them just a little bit. But that's neither here and there. At least what they have announced so far is that they are going with a remake. Now, from what they say in this article, it's being stated that, listen, we know what Splinter Cell is all about. We know what the fans want. We know exactly what everyone's expectations are. So that is where they're going to go with. That's where they're going to be leading this series. It's going to be made using the same engine that they currently have for The Division 2, which is a beautiful engine. Linear is obviously the way to go, because that is exactly how Splinter Cell should be. A mission-based structure. Now, we don't know too much information on everything. It's just very early in the stages of this. But clearly, from everything that they say in this article that they've posted on their Ubisoft website, is that they know what the fans want, and they know what they need to do to get there. They want to make sure that this is going to look great. The stealth is going to be the top priority, which is something that I am very, very happy to hear, because we all feared that this game would become kind of mixed into the mold of what Ubisoft is doing as of late, which is a lot of open world stuff, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's kind of the core of what they've built up over the past, few years. But it just doesn't make sense in the terms of, what Splinter Cell is and what it's been in the past. It's mainly a stealth game, and it doesn't make sense for a lone stealth operator to be in this open world and just go from one location to the next location and have it be an open world kind of set environment and stuff like that. It doesn't in my opinion, it doesn't make any sense. So I'm really, really excited to see what they're going to be able to do with this, as this, and from what they've said, this is the beginning of something that they're trying to bring back into, not necessarily a new franchise, but they're trying to recreate something new for the franchise to keep it going forward, right? I guess things got a little stale as far as where they were at in the story. Obviously, Sam at this point, at the end of Blacklist, he's a lot older. He can't do these missions like you would normally see these young bucks going out there doing stealth missions. So I was always adamant on, if they were going to do a new Splinter Cell game, it would either had to have been a a remake of Splinter Cell 1, or kind of going into Sam's past when he was with the SEALs or something like that, a prequel of some sort, or make him like he is the Lambert type of character. So if they're going with the remake, then I'm really, really excited to see what they're going to do with all of the characters. Are they going to add new characters? Are they going to make it... are they going to tell a new story? Is it going to be different characters? Is it going to be the same characters? Here's the thing. Obviously, everyone wants Sam Fisher back, and they want Michael Ironside back. But in the terms of a remake, and if you're going with a series that you potentially want to have spin-off after spin-off after spin-off, or sequel after sequel, because you want to make this into a new series, and you want this to continue for years to come, what could the possibility of this be? If you're going to set up Sam Fisher again from the remake standpoint of Splinter Cell 1, right? He's already, what, in his 50s. So are you going to make a game where, Lambert's there, he is the one still doing the stuff? Or are you maybe at the end of the game going to be like, okay, he's going to take over for Lambert, Lambert retires, and then a new character is going to come in? Kind of like setting up the game, setting up the series for Sam to be the protagonist in the first one, and then possibly moving to a more supportive kind of leadership role in the second one. That's exactly how I feel that they should do this, because I do feel that it is time for a new protagonist in the Splinter Cell series. We love Sam, and I want him to stay in the series. But if you're going to continue to make him older and older, then you have to realize that it's time for some to retire. And he can move on and become a new role, and then we can have him training and teaching all of these new Splinter Cells to come in and to do really, really great things. So I just wanted to know what your thoughts on this are. You guys know how excited I am. Just remember, never get your hopes up too high, because you're always going to be disappointed. Don't fall into the cyberpunk effect where you get yourself so excited for this brand new IP that's going to be amazing, and then you're let down because it doesn't come up to your own satisfactions. Don't do that. Let's wait until we hear more things about the game, until we see gameplay, and we see which direction that they actually want to go with. And I'm super excited for it. I mean, it's time. Listen, I have always felt that Ubisoft is the house that Sam Fisher built. Yes, they had Prince of Persia, way back when, but Ubisoft did not become the mainstream household name until Sam Fisher came into town. And once that happened, it opened the doors for so many things. The Tom Clancy franchise, which, has blown up since then. And I can't tell you how excited I am to finally be able to say that a new Splinter Cell is actually really coming. And I can't wait till the day comes where we actually get to see some gameplay and find out who's going to be in it, what people are returning, what new characters are coming out, and how are you going to build on the amazing stealth gameplay that we all come to expect. There are so many examples out there of what they can take from the Hitman series, from the Metal Gear series, from just all different types of stealth genre series, and then creating some new things for some new players. It's going to be very interesting to see, but I would love to know what your thoughts in the comments are below on a brand new Splinter Cell remake revealed. So let me know in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like. Are you excited for this game? Let me know. I am very excited, but I also want to just keep my reservations low, and I don't want to hype myself up too much. I want to wait. I want to see what they got. I want to see what they're coming, how they're coming at this, and then we can go from there. So obviously over the next few years, you're going to see a lot of content when new information is put out about this game. It's in early development, so I don't want you to think that this is coming out next year, because it's most likely not. If I had to make an estimated guess, a game like this, as long as it's not open world, would probably maybe come out in 2023 or possibly 2024. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below again on the newly announced remake for Splinter Cell, as well as the VR game that has been announced earlier too. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. We finally did it. We cried enough and Ubisoft listened. Splinter Cell, it's been a while, but it's go time.